Oh my goodness. It is October 13th, 2025, and it's approximately 7:49 a.m. on that eastern side. We done flipped them poles, so it might be western, but I don't know. I know I'm Damika, and it's time for hashtag Lost Souls Tarot Cards, our portals to truth. Yes, babies, we have made it to another rising. Yup. We're still alive, and we're going to keep being alive, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are no longer going to be in a dead state. No, a dead state of mind. No. We are always alive and welcoming all energies once we're strong enough to do so, right? And we're strong enough to know how to release those energies. A lot of those energies are within, right? A lot of those energies are just within us, wanting answers, wanting to be heard. Oh man, this is an amazing journey, okay? So we're going to get into some tarot, but first, I'm going to go ahead and read a passage out of my Bible/book called hashtag Reverse the Negative. All right, that Damika, I'm so proud of myself. This was published in 2023 through Barnes & Noble. That's me. That's me. Okay. It was published in 2023, April 7th or something like that in 2023. All right, so the last one we read, yesterday I read a poem called An Ode to Overthinking. Check out that transmission so you can hear that poem. I wrote that at about 12:56 in the morning. I could not rest. I could not sleep. And now I understand why I had to allow myself to go through that frequency of why are you here with these thoughts. So now today, we're going to read Love is the Key. Those raised on love see things completely different than those raised on hate. Act on what you say and live how you believe. Implement what you honor, and what you honor, you respect. What you dishonor, you forfeit, then gain honor and respect. Ashe, 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 ashe. Love is the key, right? And it starts with loving you, all and every version of you. I love how I can be mysterious now, right? I love how I can feel the energies questioning, who is she? What's going on today? What? I love that. No matter what frequency you are on, I really truly believe that you should be the only one to know each and every version of you, and you are only allowed to give out certain versions of yourself to other entities. And don't worry, they're going to come together and they're going to be talking, and one entity is going to be saying one version of you that happened years ago, and they're still going to be based off of that version of you. The next entity is going to be like, well, nah, I know this entity in this way. Okay, and that's okay. Let them all have their perspectives of you. It's their right to have their perspectives of you, right? A lot of us know how to shapeshift, and do our shadow work, okay? So we can be any version of us you need us to be. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Much love to everyone. Much love to everyone. Let's grab one of these incense. When you're out walking, jogging, taking a stroll, skipping, dancing, if you're outside, grab your feathers. Grab your feathers, right? They are reminders of you being balanced or you needing to be balanced, right? All right, so let's get ready to get into it. Let's go ahead and ring this. Oh, let me open up the back door so we can get this air in. I got my spray bottle ready, so if I gotta Swiss cheese these cats up, y'all know how we gonna get it in. Oh no, what's the new term? Do-do-do-do-do. I'm a do-do-do-do-do-do. With my spray bottle. Because they, a lot of entities like to come through our pets. They'll try to come through any life form as long as they have a body. But you gotta let them realize that, that's not happening here. All right, so let's get into it. We would like to take this moment to welcome any and all energies and life forms at this time. You are welcome to come through with your truth and absolutely no lies. We are only welcoming truth, and when it is time for you to go, you must leave. Your energy is not welcome to linger. Your energy is not welcome right? To harass, to manipulate. No. No. We thank you for your truth, as this is the only way that you can come through and tell us your truth at the moment. Ashe. Thank you to all the ancestor spirits and ancestral guides, the mysterious unknown cosmic beings that are out there putting in their work with us, right? Thank you to all the downloads we have been receiving. Again, it's Monday, October 13th. How did you guys rest over the weekend? Yes. I kind of felt guilty about the rest that I was getting, but then I had to embrace that feeling of my body needs to rest and heal. Right? My body needs to be still and quiet so that I'm able to hear these downloads, that I'm able to hear what's going to happen in my future, so that I'm able to address what happened in the past, right? Some of us are gaining back our strength to where we're able to deal with what happened in the past. And a lot of us are like in the past, and a lot of us are like, man, forget it. We ain't even worried about that right now. We're worried about our future. Whichever level you are on, stay committed to you. Trust your intuition and your instincts, okay? If any of you are experiencing gang stalking, watch my other transmissions so you can see my transition. In the beginning, I was very aggressive. I can admit I was very aggressive because I felt like a targeted individual. I know I was a targeted individual. I don't know how long this has been happening. I just recently was brought light to this in 2023, right? And now that I was brought light to it in 2023 by someone who was a Delta, right? Y'all know how y'all do that Delta stuff. And another individual that was into esotericism, seemed to be a very great leader, a master teacher, right? But very manipulative in their energy, okay? That's what made me realize that, oh no, we have entities that are jumping in and out of us that have been here for centuries, and they are up to no good, right? If you're experiencing gang stalking, people randomly following you, right? Your car always have problems. Each car that you get is always a problem where they break down. Something is always mysteriously breaking down in your home, especially after one of those maintenance men come in your home. You're realizing, or you're experiencing cars following you. You're experiencing when you're in grocery stores. You could see it now. Some of you, how the community have ganged up together, right? And a lot of times it is our perception of what we believe we're seeing that will actually make that happen. It's best to stay grounded. It's best to stay not in solitude in the beginning. I would recommend you go into solitude to figure out who you are. What shadows are you running from? And then once you come to a certain level, you will then realize that you are smiling for the camera now. Click, click. You know what I mean? You're not focused on their stalking. Now you're focused on the information of why maybe they were stalking or who they are. And you start learning about their moves, their tactics, and their history. All right. Family could be involved. Family could very well be involved. All right, so we welcome in the energies. Let's get these portals open. All right. We're going to work through universal laws, ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. We're going to go through zodiac, star systems, solar systems, and planes. We're going to pull out some family members today. The yes, no, maybe questions. We're going to go through the music. And then, we pulling out the community helpers, emotions, entities, and legal laws. Let me make sure I grab them all. All right, let's get into it, beloveds. Gang stalking. It's funny now with the gang stalking, but it wasn't then. In the school systems, right? Politics, your religious communities. your housing developments, jobs, especially with your managers or owners of the businesses. Oh man, if you hold a certain light, they are extremely intimidated by you, and they will start that witchcraft. Okay, they will start witchcrafting on you. Become a mystery. Become a mystery. Right? Have several versions of yourself, but only keep the true, authentic self of you, the true, authentic version of you to yourself. No one and anything else. Stay a mystery. All right, let's cut her in. Let's cut her on in half. Let's get to the bottom of the community helpers, emotions, entities, and legal laws. We got California, part 4. So yesterday we had Minnesota and Nevada. Today we got California, part 4 and part 3. So I'm looking at the years 1930, 2007, 2020, 1960, Hawthorne, Los Angeles Times, Glendale, 2020 City Council, 1960s as well, Burbank Civilian Conservation Corps, Griffith Park, Sundown Towns, Beverly Hills under heavy judgment, sex workers are spreading VD, and you have Chinese here. Chinese are also spreading VD. You got Chinatown. Antioch was burned. Banned Chinese people after sunset. When one's doctor reports on April 29th, 1876. Let me see. Banned Chinese people after sunset. When one doctor. Okay, so they banned Chinese people after sunset in California, a certain part of California, when one doctor reported on April 29th, 1876. What did they report? All right, so we got California on both sides. California, okay? We're looking at Charleston and Arches National Park. Charleston, a port city. Peninsula formed by 2 rivers. Very ominous. Carriage tour, French Quarter, ferry only. We are also looking at Arches National Park and Utah Canyon Country. 2,000 sandstone arches, double arches, delicate arch, landscape arch. As above, so below with California, Arches National Park, and Charleston. Okay, what's going on above is also happening below in a very demonic way. Universal flood accounts around the world. Universal flood accounts around the world. What is a universal flood account? Let's get into it. Oop, what's you? So, a universal flood account refers to various mythological narratives that describe a great flood sent by deities to destroy civilization, often as a form of divine retribution. These stories typically feature a protagonist. Ooh, excuse me. That was a piece of lemon that just came out my mouth. Features a protagonist who survives the flood, often through the construction of a large vessel or ark. Okay? So you got the Noah's flood. All right, flood myths from different countries such as the Epic of Gilgamesh and others share common themes of divine judgment and the relationship between humanity and nature. The significance of these narratives lies in their reflection of human experiences with nature and their universal themes of survival, morality, and the consequences of human actions. So universal flood accounts around the world. Ooh, California, could you guys be going through something right now? Perseids meteor shower, divine messages, warnings, predictions, let go, renewal, messages from your ancestors, connect to something larger than oneself. We have graveyard here. All right. Someone has been visiting the graveyard or will visit the graveyard. Could be from California. Right. The graveyard spiritual significance is ancient wisdom, sacred spaces, endings, introspection, unresolved emotions, rebirth and mental recovery, fear manifested in dreams. So California, you could be going through a rebirth and mental recovery. A lot of your sacred spaces are being revealed, right? With a lot of ancient wisdoms. There's a lot of endings to your illusions, California. You have fear that is being manifested in your dreams, especially the leaders of California, okay? It's time for introspection. So we got ASPR. Well, what is that? American Society of Psychical Research. Director Carlos Osis, Scientologist. All right, so let's look that up really quick. ASPR. All right, American Society for Psychical Research is the oldest psychical research organization in the United States. It was founded in 1885. Yeah, y'all under heavy judgment. I feel that. This whole organization here, what I'm bringing up now, is under heavy judgment. I'm getting ready to start sweating. American Society for Psychical Research. Okay, let's get into this. They are a 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit organization. All right. It is the oldest psychical research organization in the United States for more than a century. Its mission has been to explore extraordinary or as yet unexplained phenomena that have been called psychic or paranormal, and their implications for our understanding of consciousness, the universe, and the nature of existence. Mind your business. Mind your business. Right? You're always trying to use science to intercede with universe beings, cosmic supreme beings. Just mind your business, right? So that you can manipulate their energy for whatever reasons and purposes that you have. And their implications for understanding consciousness, the universe, and the nature of existence. How is mind related to matter, energy, space, and time? In what unexplained ways do we interconnect with the universe and each other? The ASPR addresses these profoundly important and far-reaching questions with scientific research and related educational activities, including lectures, conferences, and other information services. So it was founded in 1885 by a distinguished group of scholars and scientists who shared the courage and vision to explore the uncharted realms of human consciousness, among them renowned Harvard psychologist and professor of philosophy William James. Many of the early participants were pioneers in psychology, psychiatry, physics, and astronomy. Freud and Jung, I think that's Carl Jung, were honorary members. See, that's why I learn information from entities, but I don't attach to them. Luminaries from a wide range of disciplines have been drawn to the society throughout its history, including Chester Carlson, the inventor of Xerox, quantum physics David Bohm, psychologist Gardner Murphy, and dream researcher Montague Ullman, MD. So that whole sleep study thing and all, you know how they want to pay you to study on you and all that crap, don't do it. Do not do it, beloved. Portal number 7. A day in the dark, a life on the edge. Darren, that is a quote from Darren. A day in the dark, a life on the edge. Put in the comments what you think that means, okay? Because California, you're going through a day in the dark and a life on the edge. We got Anacostia and Capitol Hill, okay? Those are in D.C., Washington, D.C. They got some dark days coming up. We got green. All right, focus on the fourth chakra, green. All right, growth, healing, and balance. Nature, renewal, okay? So we have over hundreds of chakras in our body and in our systems, right? But we always focus on the 7 main chakras. So our green chakra, well, that's going to be your heart, right? That's going to be your heart chakra, all right? It opens the heart to love and emotional healing. That was portal number 9. Old world gods have something to do with California and the Romans. Okay? Old world gods, European, Africa, Middle Eastern, American, Asian, a lot of museums and other, okay? Romans, Jupiter, king of gods, is Zeus in many cases. In many cases. Confused with Greek mythology, Roman mythology is confused with Greek mythology. Deities are high gods and count not as much as the Egyptian pantheon. Gods of war, Greco and Roman, god Apollo, Roman gods of fire, shrines and sacred places to pray to their gods and goddesses. We have a hotel owner here. Hotel owner that can own hotels in California. Remember, this is all based on the state of California, right? A hotel owner manages a hotel, is responsible for all operations, finances, and profitability, ownership, and day-to-day control of the business. They act of providing spiritual hospitality. It embodies grace and mercy. It offers sacred space, escape from isolation, facilitate transition, rest, and the temporary holding of others' journeys. And it can be an owner, operator, and privately owned. We got Kansas coming up. I'm looking at Kansas on both sides. You saw Stockton, Kansas, okay? Altoona, 1916. Baileyville, the Evening Bulletin. We have the following years: 1930s, 1869, 1920s, 1902, 1901, 1912, 1890, 2002. All right, we got the Evening Bulletin of Maysville, Kentucky. That's what I meant to write. I meant to read. And then we have Jim Crow. We have Centralia, Coburg, and Ellis. Okay. All right, so now we got a spy that came in the reverse. We have a spy here that came in the reverse. So the spy is no longer able to screen calls, screen text, screen your emails, and they're no longer to have the hidden video, okay? Or they're no longer interested or no longer have access to it. You have moved to a different ascension. Congratulations. All right, your neighbors are no longer able to spy on you, okay? No matter how much they try. That's part of the gang stalking as well, guys. Your neighbors could be, your whole community could really be federal agents, right? Your family is no longer able to intrude and spy on you. Your friends and social media. Okay, so that was our 13 portals that we opened up for the community: helpers, emotions, entities, and legal laws. There was something that I wanted to look up here. Let's get some information on Anacostia. Why did Anacostia pop up? right, so let's get into Anacostia. Why is Anacostia here? And then we also had Capitol Hill. So we got Anacostia, which is a neighborhood in Washington, southeast to be exact. Anacostia is a neighborhood in southeast Washington named after the Anacostia River. It has a rich history, cultural attractions, and a diverse population. So we got its downtown is located at the intersection of Marion Barry Avenue, formerly Good Hope Road, southeast, and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in southeast. Martin Luther. Originally known as Uniontown, the neighborhood contains commercial and government buildings. Y'all ever heard of COINTELPRO? Martin Luther. All right. Marion Barry. All right, hold on. Calm down. Okay. Originally known as Uniontown, the neighborhood contains commercial and government buildings, mid-rise mixed development, city-sanctioned art murals, and galleries under the Art to Go initiative, a performing arts center, a playhouse theater, the local landmark, the Big Chair, Frederick Douglass's home, a museum and historic site, and is adjacent to the Fort Stanton Park neighborhood, which hosts the Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum. It is located directly east and along the Anacostia River, after which the neighborhood is named. Okay, so as above, so below. Their government council member is Trayvon White. I know he went through a whole lot of. This is Ward 8 we're talking about here in D.C. As above, so below. They are under heavy judgment, and over there, as we all are. This is not fear mongering. This isn't trying to point the finger at anybody. We're all under heavy judgment. All of us. Capitol Hill. Oh wait, so before we go to Capitol Hill, let's get into some dark history of Anacostia. The dark history of Anacostia, D.C. is deeply intertwined with the African American experience, COINTELPRO, particularly during the post-Civil War era and the early 20th century. Anacostia was initially a working class community, but it faced significant challenges due to systemic discrimination and segregation. The area was largely dominated by Navy Yard employees and later by shipbuilders and laborers, okay? I'm telling you, your whole community could be federal agents. If they don't know your grandmama name, your great grandmama name, I wouldn't talk to these individuals. And nowadays, they know that too. They will dress just like you in your communities, and they are not of you. They are steering you completely wrong, right? They know that they can't kill you, so then they will come and dress up just like you, just to have you all killing yourselves. Speak to them. All right, so we got the Anacostia pool riots in 1949, the struggle for desegregation reflecting the border civil rights movement. All right, the neighborhood was also marked by the restrictive covenants that prohibited the sale of property to anyone of African descent, contributing to the segregation of its residents. We're not of African descent. Okay, if you're from Africa, you're from Africa. We are not of African descent. Everybody that's brown ain't from Africa. They from us. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. The legacy of Anacostia is preserved through various historical sites, including the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site, which honors the civil rights leader. The history reflects the complex and often tumultuous relationship between Anacostia and the broader national narrative of racial progress and resistance. Give me a second. I'm pulling up the next one. Appreciate your patience. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all got y'all notebooks and pens on out. Yep. Comment below. I got my notebook and a pen and I'm taking my notes. So now we're going to tap into Capitol Hill. Which is another neighborhood in Washington. Okay. It's purple, so I done looked this up before. All right, and then we're also going to go into the dark history of Capitol Hill. All right, so let's get what is Capitol Hill? Where is Capitol Hill? It is a neighborhood in Washington, D.C., located in both northeast and southeast quadrants, okay? It is bounded by 15th Street Southeast and Northeast, F Street Northeast, Southeast Boulevard Southeast, and South Capitol Street Southeast. It is dominated by the United States Capitol, which sits on the highest point of Capitol Hill. It is one of the oldest historic districts in Washington, as above, so below. The neighborhood was a high concentration of row houses, largely dating back from the 19th century. Home to around 35,000 people in just under 2 square miles. Capitol Hill is also one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in Washington. The name Capitol Hill frequently used as a metonym for the U.S. Congress. It is the center of the United States government. That's why I say, D.C., y'all under some heavy, heavy judgment. Y'all got to get up out of there. If you're a resident, I mean, this ain't fear mongering, but you got to understand that D.C. is the capital of this dang whole corporation, the United States Corporation, right? And when it all goes down. Not when it all falls down. When it all goes down, I'm trying to tell you. All right, so let's get into the dark history of Anacostia. So let's see. Dark history scandals of Capitol Hill unscripted tours. So we got scandals. They offering tours. Let me see what this is about. Unscripted tours. Let me see what's going on in here. All right. Here tells of scandals, murders, and more on an evening tour history unscripted tour. All right, so we got stories about the old brick Capitol that once stood on the location. This isn't what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. Give me a sec, y'all, or give me a minute, because this is not what I'm looking for. They're charging you for tours. Dark history of Capitol Hill. Let's see. Oh, Wikipedia never lets us down. Come on, Wiki. All right, so we got Wikipedia timeline of violent incidents at the United States Capitol. All right, so we got during the War of 1812, the building was burned and severely damaged by British military forces in 1814. So that was on August 24th, 1814, that happened, burning of Washington. They set fires throughout the Capitol and also burned the White House, the headquarters of both the War Department and the Treasury Department. Ooh. April 1828, at a White House reception during the John Quincy Adams presidency, Russell Jarvis, an anti-Adams reporter for the Washington Daily Telegraph, a Jacksonian newspaper, asserted that President Adams had publicly insulted Mrs. Jarvis, although Adams had criticized Jarvis himself. Capitol Rotunda, United States House of Representatives. All right, let's see. Let's go a little bit further down. So we're going to come in the 20th century. We got July 2nd, 1915. Erich Munter was a German spy who worked as an academic at American universities in the early 20th century. In 1906, while teaching German at Harvard University, he murdered his pregnant wife with arsenic. He fled, took on a new identity as Frank Holt, and started working at Cornell University and remarried. He placed the bomb underneath a telephone switchboard in the Senate reception room, where it exploded late at night, causing significant damage but no casualties. Ooh, he was on a rampage. You got okay. The bomb exploded several days later when the ship was at sea, but caused little damage. Munter immediately traveled to Long Island and forced his way into the mansion owned by J.P. Morgan. That sound familiar? Jr. On July 3rd, and shot the financier twice. Though he recovered, subdued, and arrested at the Morgan residence, Munter attempted suicide on July 5th and succeeded at killing himself on July 6th. We got March 1st, 1954. On October 30th, 1950, under the leadership of Pedro Campos, the pro-independence Puerto Rican Nationalist Party launched a series of armed revolts around the island that were quickly suppressed. 28 people were killed and 49 people were wounded. 2 days later, two party members attempted to assassinate President Harry S. Truman at the Blair House, resulting in the deaths of a policeman and one of the attackers. Okay. July 24th, 1998. We got Russell Eugene Weston was a man with a history of paranoid schizophrenia that included involuntary commitment in a hospital in Montana for 53 days. He believed that he had the power to prevent the United States from being destroyed by a deadly disease that he called Black Hiva and by swarms of cannibals. He believed that President Bill Clinton was a Russian clone and that there was a time machine called the Ruby satellite stored in a Senate safe that would help him in his quest. On July 24th, 1998, Weston went to the Capitol and triggered the metal detector at the entrance. When questioned by Capitol Police Officer Jacob Chestnut, he killed the officer with a shot to his head. Officer Douglas McMillan fired at Weston, who then wounded McMillan. A tourist was also wounded. Weston then ran into an office used by Congressman Tom DeLay and fatally shot Capitol Police Detective John Gibson, who was assigned to protect DeLay. Before dying, Gibson shot Weston 4 times, and Weston was subdued and arrested by 2 other police officers. He remains confined in a mental hospital. All right, so I'm going to also have this inside of the description box. Let's move on to, but I wanted to look that up. What's going on with Anacostia and Capitol Hill? A day in the dark, a life on the edge. A day in the dark. A life on the edge. That's powerful right there. That's powerful. All right, so now we have zodiacs. Let's get into it. We're going to get into these good old zodiac star systems and planes. Are you guys finishing up your projects? Are you starting new ones? Right? Remember, you are your ultimate project. Turn yourself into your own project. Don't focus too much on others, right? Turn your algorithm on your technical devices into what you want to see and what you want to become. Anything negative that makes you feel out of place, take it out your algorithm. We have a lot to choose from out there. Thank you if you chose to watch this video, especially if you're still here right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right, for allowing yourself to take the time to sit, be disciplined, take your notes, and vibe out with me and the energies and the life forms that I have around me. All right, so let's get to the bottom of the zodiac star system, signs and planes. We ain't got nothing there. Let's go ahead. We got disseminating moon. All right, we got disseminating moon. Finish your projects. All right, you're finishing your projects or you need to finish projects. Focus on you and your projects, okay? That could be for residents in California, or it could just be for anybody in general. Remember the storyline. Oh, okay, we're gonna take all these. The storyline that came out was based upon California. So we got focus on the planes in the star systems. Learn them, right? All of them are within you. You are one big walking galaxy, beloved. I cannot stress that any longer. Yes, I can. You know you are. You no longer control the planets, okay? They no longer have control over the planets. You do. They are planes that are breaking free from their nets. I don't like calling them planets. They're planes. We got Earth here. We got the Earth signs coming on out. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay? You're grounded. Remain grounded. If you're not, ground yourselves. Remain loyal. Be loyal. All right? Be realistic. And don't focus too much on the materialism. You're associated with solidity and stability. So there can be some earth signs that's going through some things right now in California. And then we have Pisces that's coming on out. Your spirit animal is a wolf or a puma. February 19th through March 20th could be relevant. Ophiuchus in the building. Ophiuchus in the building. The serpent bear. The 13th constellation, the 13th eon, and the 13th bloodline. Let's get it. We got Syrian star seeds out here. They are drawn to Sirius energy. They develop intellect and spiritual gifts. We got the spirit of the south, which is summer. All right, focus on passion, or you were focused on passion, creativity, and abundance. You were focused on the direction of transformation and vitality. And in your future, this is what you're focused on. Guidance from the universe, warmth, trust, fire, abundance. I love it. Gratitude. I love that. Portal number 9, we got Capricorn coming out. We got the Capricorns coming out. Ambition, responsibility, practicality. December 22nd through January 19th. All right. Amazing. So those are our 9 portals that we're pulling for the zodiacs, star and solar systems, and them planes out there. I can put you on the Flying High Club. What's up? Let's take a trip. Have you ever read The World Is Yours on a blimp? Tell her be free, on the pilot. If y'all know the words, put it in the comments. All right, let's get these family members on out here. Typically, we pull out 4 family members. Let's see which way the energy is going today. We might pull out more. We might pull out less. We don't know. All right, but let's see what's going on with the family members out here in the community. Okay. Who are you? We got your wife. Ooh. I know that's, somebody wife. Your wife is the connection to the Most High Source. Yeah. What's up, wifey? What's going on? I know that's right. Let's get to the bottom of the family. All right. We got some righteous in-laws coming on through. Righteous in-laws, great relationship dynamics. They can resolve conflicts respectfully. They support you and you support them. They're protective. They don't gossip. They don't break. They're breaking the cycle of karmic manipulative relationships, right? They're welcoming you into the ancestral lineage as you are to them. And they are the connection to ancestors or higher power. This could be spiritual and physical. Ooh. That's good. Oh, well, dang. Oh, no. All these just dropped out, right? So I'm looking at 4 portals right now. Let's get into it. I have a karmic brother in the energy, or there is a karmic brother in the energy who is very weak and abusive. They have no spiritual beliefs. They are liars. Ooh, karmic brother, get it together. You backdoor situations, or you backdoor individuals, your family. You're chaotic and confused. Your masculine energy has been compromised. Your darkness has been recycled time and time again, and you are sexually abusive or have been sexually abused. We was on a good path there. Then boom, that karmic brother came out like, nope. Stepfather. Somebody's stepfather is in the energy. Somebody's stepfather. Not really. I'm not really feeling too much from this stepfather. Your dad. Your dad is a guiding star providing protection. Somebody's wife and somebody's dad and somebody's in-laws out here handling their business. I love this. I love it. All right. Your husband balances you out. Kudos. God. So we got a divine husband and a divine wife out here rocking and rolling. I love that. I love it. Keep it up, guys. Focus on self. Focus on your union, your relationship. Keep all that negative stuff away. We might as well go ahead and pull 9. That's 6. Y'all know me. It got to be 9, 4, or 13. A lot of these be front to back. So if you get one portal that's front to back, that's still considered one portal or 2 portals, but still one card. Oops. Okay, so these came on out. Let's see what we got. Your immediate family is out here. Your immediate family jumped out. All right. Immediate family represents deep relationships rooted in love. You can communicate. You're supportive. You're trustworthy. You're warriors. You're a soul family, a soul group. You love life and happiness, and you embrace change even during difficulties. Oh, that's the kind of family. What? Is this husband and wife part of this immediate family or one of the righteous in-laws? What about this dad? Oh. Then you got this karmic brother in here that's just like, I'm a lie, I'm gonna cause confusion, I'm gonna cause chaos. Well, that ain't gonna work, karmic brother. It just ain't. All right. Portal number 8. Your stepmom. So we got a stepfather and a stepmom out here in this energy, okay? The stepfather came after the karmic brother. So could the stepfather be the father of this karmic brother? Right? Could the karmic brother be related to the righteous in-laws? All of this is based on which state? Put it in the comment. What is the storyline based on? This is how I know if y'all paying attention. California. I had to tell you, California. So then the stepmom came out after the immediate family. Okay, stepmom came out after the immediate family. So could this stepmom be part of this immediate family? Woo-wee. And I used to pull out emotions and entities and legal laws for each of these family members, but we're just going to keep it short and simple. Give you a little taste of what's being brought out here. All right, and then we got portal number 9, which shot on out here. Your second cousin on your dad's side. Your second cousin on your dad's side. Okay, I feel like I need to keep going to 13. There's a lot of love within this read. Your son is devoted to protecting you at all costs. Ah! It's a lot of love within this read. Karmic brother, get it together. You're surrounded by love. You are surrounded by love, support, healing, wisdom. Get it together. We are breaking the cycle. Portal number 11. Your in-laws are not gossiping about you. That's the righteous in-laws. They came on out in the building. Right? Your in-laws, they're not gossiping about you. They're focusing on themselves, maybe. Focusing on your progress. I love that. A lot of love. A lot of love. Still got a karmic brother out there. We're going to get rid of that karmic brother. Not in the underlying sense, but get rid of that abuse. Get rid of them lies. Get rid of the confusion and chaos. Just surrounding you with love. Your son loves you, but is truly confused how to move. Okay, so you have one son that is devoted to protecting you at all costs. This could very well be the same son, but he loves you, but is truly confused on how to move. So I would, my advice to the son is continue to focus on you and continue to be that support. Some things you will not understand, or overstand, but if you see that that person, your mom or your dad, is moving in a light that is uplifting them, that is their journey, and they're probably just as confused as you are. So Be that support. Continue to protect them at all costs, like they are protecting you at all costs. A lot of things you can't see in the physical, but please believe me, your mom and dad, because you have this love and protection for them, your mom and dad is absolutely putting in that work in the spiritual realm to keep you protected and loved. Or mom or dad. Portal number 13. You got a first cousin on your mom's side who could be possibly hiding dark secrets, okay? So don't forget, we had a whole lot of love within this read, within the zodiacs, right? We got those that are being connected to a higher source. Hey, I'm going to be right back, y'all. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we back. All right, so the last one that we left off was the first cousin on mom's side is hiding dark secrets, okay? So overall, what I'm getting from the family is a lot of love, a lot of guidance, a lot of wisdom, a lot of union, okay? Of course, you're going to have that balance and imbalance, right? Whichever first cousin on your mom's side is hiding dark secrets, those secrets are going to be revealed very soon, all right? So ground yourself and build yourself so that you're able to take those secrets and transmute them. Life is lifing. But life is but a dream. Yes. Okay, shout out to the wife and the husband out here. It's so hard, right? To see a true union in the world. And it's just like, this is beautiful right here. I love that. So now we're going to get into the music. We're going to get into the music. We're going to get into the music. Oh goodness, y'all better be out there living your best life and dealing with these problems the best that you can. Just because you see an individual happy and smiling and laughing don't mean that they ain't battling out here. What? Battle scars everywhere. Oh well, let's move on to the next one. All right, so music. What are you going to talk to us about revolving and involving California? We just had a great union with the family. So what's going on in California? Okay, so I got I'm Ready by Tevin Campbell. I'm Ready, and Here Comes the Hurricane by Bridget Mendler. So Tevin Campbell, I'm Ready. I'm looking at the following dates. February 1994, November 12th, 1976, 1989, Quincy Jones, 1988, Bobby Humphries, Daryl Simmons, 1993, Babyface, and I'm also looking at 5 Grammys. We got Hurricane out there, okay? December 18th, 1992, I'm looking at Bridget Mendler, all right? October 22nd, 2012, 2013, London, 2010, Ambassador. Think the clouds are clogging up my brain. Washington, D.C. Here comes the sun, here comes the rain. Standing in the eye of the hurricane. So we got Her by Ordinary Tone, all right? And we also got Middle Child, all right, by J. Cole. So with Ordinary Tone, of course we know Bridget Mendler, Tevin Campbell. Ordinary Tone is an artist who I came across. Shout out to Otonio. I came across him. And check out his music on Spotify. Check out his music on all platforms, okay? Otonio or Ordinary Tone. All right. Very, very dope artist, creator. Love the music. Love the different genres of music, especially the lyrics. Everything has a story in it. Love me in a special way. What more can I say? Love me now. An Element. If I gotta slap up and I'ma make it look sexy. All right. So we got a lot of entities that are saying love me in a special way, okay? And love me now. Love me as I am. Whichever version that you see me as, love me in a special way. All right, then we have Element. All right, don't let anyone or anything take you out of your elements. right? We could be all elements, but don't you dare let them take you out of who you are, your authenticity. Shout out to Kendrick and shout out to El DeBarge and the DeBarges. Shout out to all the creators and artists that we just named here and will continue to name. Oh, shout out to it all. The community helpers, the family. I mean, what? We got hip hop, rap, country, and gospel music has been compromised. Ooh. Okay? It has been compromised. Okay, this artist must go now. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this out, and then we're gonna pull out some celebrities. Not during this transmission, maybe a little later, or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but this artist must go now has come out. Check out the other transmissions a few times. Okay. The music is the soul. The rhythm is the spirit. I know that's right. The music is the soul. The rhythm is the spirit. Come through. Come through. I love that. All right, so go like this. The fear of being is exposed. So the fear of just being your authentic self, right? The fear of just being has been exposed, right? They're saying research my lyrics and the artist. The artist must go now. The music is the soul. The rhythm is the spirit. Fear of being is exposed. Research my lyrics and the artist. We got slow down. All right, slow down. Let me love you. The best part is coming up. Slow down. The best part is coming up. So that's Skip Marley. And then we also got her. H-E-R. Slow down. The best part is coming up. I know that's right. The music just literally said, this artist must go now. Because the music is the soul, the rhythm is the spirit. The fear of being has been exposed. The fear of the authentic has been exposed. Just research my lyrics and the artist. But slow down. The best part is to be revealed. The music says, and this is portal number 9, and we're going to leave it here. I am no longer used for darkness. Come on now. Fuck it. We're going to keep going. I am no longer used for darkness. Portal number 10. I still know all of your secrets in the studio. Portal number 11. That's a contract of death. And portal number 12. Your manager is an agent. Last portal. Music is on y'all ass, man. Come on now, music. I heard the screams of children and kids. Woo, y'all, man. If we ain't cleansing the land, what are we doing? Nobody will never understand. They will never understand. Woo-wee. This is beautiful. This whole transmission. Comment below, where are you from, right? We were talking about California, but where did you land? When you came upon this plane, right, and you took on your mission, where did you land? What does your birth certificate say, or your certificate of birth? Oh, child. They got so many terms out here that we all must learn. So now we're going to go into the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s of everything, right? We're going to tap into the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s and see what letters, numbers, or synchronizations we can get out of this. Let's get to the bottom of it, please and thank you. So we got ENW, which is the number 5. All right. So what's associated with the number 5? We got the month of May. Change, transformation, personal freedom. E, empathy, energy. N, number, nation. W, water, wisdom. All right. We got I, 19. Like the I is associated with the letter 5 as well, and the letter W. The number 5, letter W. We got esoteric teachings. Scorpio, equilibrium. All right, we got the following letters: Y and X. Comment below what your name begins with. We got the numbers 222 or 2222. Trust the process. Practice patience. There's a partnership coming about. Be prepared. Maintain peace and harmony. Have duality and that balance. Ooh. All right, the last one we're going to pull is the number 2. What's associated with the number 2? February, balance, duality, partnership, birthplace, birth, breast, kundalini, knowledge, key, travel, thoughts, tarot. What's also associated with it is kindness, Taurus, unfolding nature, and bravery. Okay. All right, so the letters Y and X. Well, what could be the meaning for Y and X? Let's get into that. The letter X and Y, spiritual or metaphysical, spiritual meaning. All right, let's get into it. The X symbolizes transformation, change, and the crossing of paths, representing the power of choice and the balance of opposites. It encourages personal growth and self-discovery. So the Y represents spiritual wisdom and the forking of the ways, indicating a choice between earthly and spiritual paths. It is associated with the eagle, symbolizing wisdom and the divine. Together, these letters invite reflection on personal choices, balance, and the journey of spiritual awakening. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now we're going to go to the universal laws, right? Let's get into the universal laws, and then you get yourselves ready for your yes, no, maybe questions. Okay, with the yes, no, maybe questions, before each question, you're going to take a deep breath in, right? Then you're going to hold that breath, and then you're going to release. When you take that deep breath in, you want to make sure your stomach is expanded like a balloon, right? And then when you're holding it, hold it. If you can, take another breath in with that hold while you're holding. And then, so let's say, deep breath in for 3 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds. Release for 7 to 9 seconds. When you release, you want to make sure that balloon, your belly, your stomach is touching the back of your back. Okay? All right? You want to make that belly go all the way in as much as you can while you're releasing that breath. Okay. So let's get into the universal laws. If you have your pen and your notebook, like you should, go ahead and write down your questions that you want to ask yourselves. Then when you ask yourselves those 3 questions, you want to say them out loud. Right? When you receive your answer, that is not the final answer. You are the creator. You, right? You manage your own life. Not me, not the portals. We're just here for guidance and assistance, right? All right, so let's get to the bottom of it. All right, I have not seduced anyone's wife or husband. All right, there's no need for that. That's Jezebel activity. We don't do that. You're opening portals. All right. You're providing We're opening portals. You're providing mystical gateways. Facilitate flow of energy and consciousness. Connect to spiritual beings. You are able to travel to different dimensions. All right. You have growth, connection, and enlightenment on your journey. Woo! Love it. Keep on opening them portals. I have not carried away food or energy. I know that's right. No. Being a life force generator myself, you know, I amplify the energy. Those that are like me as well. That's one of my other personalities. I amplify energy, right? I remind you of the power that you have within you, right? And I enforce that. I make sure you realize that, whether you want to or not. Especially once an entity like me is removed from your life, you have no choice but to see the truth that they provided to you, right? The truth that was always in front of you. But it's certain beings that are going to be entering your lives, our lives, that are going to be putting the truth right in front of us. And yes, truth is uncomfortable. What? The baby powder? Who said it's not? You're a liar. The truth is so uncomfortable. The lie keeps us complacent and comfortable, right? We don't see nothing. We all right. Forget it. But the truth, oh, baby, 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 especially when it's your own truth, it's very uncomfortable. It hurts, but you can get through it. Through your own energy, not through others' energies. All right, so I have not destroyed property belonging to God, okay? Ma'at has the final say-so. All right, that's representing justice is here, truth, law, balance, divine order, cosmic principle that maintains order on earth, balance to natural order. It prevents chaos, all right? The healer. A divine empress is also here supporting you, right? Embrace feminine aspect of spirituality, all right? Focus on motherhood. Radiant symbol of fertility, abundance, and the nurturing power of the divine feminine or female. Or I don't like that word female. It represents the creative force that brings life into being and sustains it. It is the universal power of creation. The divine woman, right? With the B, right? I don't like that word female. I don't know that word female, male. It just feels so scripted. Portal number 7. I have not been excessively angry. O positive protector came on out again. The O positive bloodline. You are protectors. You are strongly grounded in energy. You are an unshakable force. You're natural protectors. You affect the energy around you just from your aura. You're a safety net, okay? You're a guardian who empowers all, and you use defensive magic. Shout out to you. And we got the B positive that came out. B positive. Bloodlines, you're the visionary, right? Last transmission, the B negatives came out, the rebel mage, right? B positive, you're visionaries. You have boundless creativity. Your ability to manifest, you have the ability to manifest your dreams. You're natural born magicians, okay? You're into fire magic, chaos magic, sigil magic, spell crafting, and you are a fast mover. There's a golden child in this energy. Woo-wee. There's a golden child here. That is the child of the sun, highly advanced and extremely intelligent. A golden child are souls, golden children, souls who are incarnated increasingly on the plane of Earth, planet Earth. They are spiritual masters. There's approximately 17 on the plane. I have not made anyone cry intentionally or with harm. There's a broken mirror in the energy, right? There's a need for healing, right? Spiritual transformation. There's a disruption in one's spiritual energy. You need to let go of the past and embrace change. So that creates 7 years of bad luck. Okay? You're fractured. You're like you're So have you made someone cry intentionally and with harm? Right? Have you been angry excessively? Have you destroyed property belonging to God? Have you carried away food or others' energies? And have you seduced anyone's wife or husband? If you said yes to any of those, then there's time for transformation, right? A need for healing for those that you've affected, mainly, and for yourself. Portal number 13. Don't cry now, bitch. Oh my goodness, y'all don't play out here. Now I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation. Because it's like I said, these are just some of the laws out here that we should be abiding by. We should not be making anyone cry intentionally and with harm, right? You should not be excessively angry, right? I'm learning that. All right, you should not be destroying property that belongs to God. All you construction workers out there, building, tear down, Wreck-It Ralph energy, right? Speaking of energy, you can't carry away with someone else's energy or food. And you definitely can't seduce anyone's wife or husband or anyone in general. So, yes. Don't cry now, bish. The 14th one was shattered mirrors are here. So we had a broken mirror. Well, now we got the breaks of illusions. Abrupt awakening from delusion. Cracks in your perception. Truth. I just told you, truth is very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, right? Yeah, it is. But it's needed. All right, let's go ahead. Release all that. Release all that. Can you great ask yourselves questions, right? 3 questions. You might get a yes, you might get a no, you might get a maybe. You might get a reminder that you control all of your destinies, not me, not these portals, not anything but you. What is good or bad? Huh? All right, so let's take a deep breath in, go for it. Hold it. Release. All right, let's go. Go ahead and ask that first question. If you can, say it out loud. If you can. Especially if you're listening to this and you're sitting in your car, because you know you gotta take notes. But if you're listening and you're driving, say it out loud. If you're on a walk and this is in your ear, say it out loud. That question. Scream it. I got the answer. Keep it short. Keep it simple. But keep it clear and stand on that question. Here's your answer. All right. The answer was yes. Okay, the answer is yes. It's crazy. I feel like, okay, so if you watch any of my other transmissions, I will let you know that I can feel what you're trying to ask. I can feel if it's confused. I can feel if you're standing on it. I can feel if you don't want to ask it, but you still did. I can feel if you're afraid to ask. However, this time, I ain't gonna lie, I actually heard a couple of questions, right? I'm not going to say them out loud because I might be tripping a little bit. Because I'm not intentionally asking questions in my head. I'm intentionally clearing out my questions in my head, right? It sounds weird, but I know what I just heard, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold it. Release. Go ahead and ask that question. Stand on it. Be proud of the question that you're asking. I got your answer. And it came out twice. So the answer is maybe. It's maybe. It came out twice. Maybe. And maybe is really, maybe is the strongest one out of this, right? Because it gives you the option to make your choice, to stand in your strength, right? I love that. You got this. Third question, take that deep breath in. Hold it. Release. Ask that question. I have your answer. Go ahead and ask that question. All right, your answer is no. For the third one, the answer is no. We made it. All right, beloveds. We rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected our way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that we are connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever was sent to us, and then it's sent back to its source because we are sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we were being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and they are all ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Why? Because we are sovereign. We are sovereign. We are sovereign. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. All right, tribe. Let's get these energies and life forms and spirits on out of here. I hope you all having an amazing mission and journey. But most importantly, enjoy your day, right? With ease, with calmness. Embrace whatever comes your way. Right? Don't be so quick to answer things. Don't be so quick to speak. Just be in the moment. Just be. All right, beloveds. And we thank you. You must leave now. Thank you to all energies and life forms that have come through with their truths. But you must leave now. You are not welcome here anymore. I thank you. Until next time, we thank you for your truths. All right? No energy manipulation is allowed. No energy manipulation is here. Okay? Move forward in your lives with much peace, much light, much love, but especially much darkness.